Yes, so I hope everyone can see my screen. Okay, so let's open our drawing test 3. Okay, so where we are. So in last sessions we saw how to create the drawing and how to we have just clean up our uh, floor wise details. So such as you can see here, the floor plan here we have arranged here, and we saw also how to give the tagging here, right? Then if you go to the next drawing, so this is our steel drawing. Okay, so in that steel drawing we saw how to give the tagging here, right? So we have given the tagging here. So this is your steel drawing, right? After that, if you want to, suppose this is your first drawing, so in this drawing you need to give the details for the foundation and a column, right? So column details we have given here, all the locations and other things, right? So you can just, yeah, so we need to give the base plate also here, right? Base plate with grout. Okay, so if you go to the model here, so we need to add the base plate here. Okay, so let's start how to add the base plate. So you need to add the first base plate and then grout, right? So if you go to this plan, and I will just cut a section here. So you have already section here, and go to view. Okay, so this is your column. So column is directly not rest on this slab, right? You need to give the base plate and grout here. So suppose my base plate thickness is 16 mm, right? 16, and my grout thickness is 25 mm. So I have designed as per that. So calculator, if you go here, so 16 plus 25, it means 41 mm your column will be above. So I will select this and go to here top constraint, right? So top constraint we have given here, sorry, bottom constraint. So bottom constraint is 0, so you need to give here minus 41, right? So your column, oops, sorry, needs to give the plus 41. Okay, 41. So you can see, so in that space we need to add the base plate and grout, right? So let's start. So you know how to add the base plate. We will use the model in place, right? So let's start. We need to add the model in place base plate. So if you go to, yeah, so you need to set this view first, because we need to give the set current here, set plane. So what I do, I will just add the section, uh, section box. Okay, and we need to add the base plate here, right? So you need to go in structural tab, component, model in place, and you can use the floor category. Okay, and click here. Okay, oops, sorry, we will create first base plate, right? So go to the structural, model in place, and you can use the structural framing. So all the steel material is, you can choose this, or you can see this structural connection also, right? So you can, and then you have one option, structural framing. So structural framing is means all columns, sorry, all beams. Okay, here, then you, okay, so you can see like this one, structural connections, right? And click here. Okay, and you can give the name here. So I will give name here, base plate for C1. Okay, so this is my C1 column, and I will click here. Okay, after that you need to use this extrusion, right? And you need to set the plane. So click on this, set the, and click here pick plane, and click here. Okay, and I will select this plane. Okay, this plane. Once you select this plane, you need to go in your plan here, and you can create your base plate, right? So I will use this rectangle option and just give the 10 mm offset, okay, for the welding. And my base plate is start from this point to this point, right? So I will just click here of line weight. So you can see your base plate line here. So you need to check the dimension. So yeah, it's a 338 and 330, 373. So you need to give the round figure. So what I do, I will just move 1 mm both side. So I will get the round figure, and here also. So 340, and here needs to move 1.5 and both the side, here and here. Right, click here, okay, extrusion. Then you can just delete this. What happened? This is 176. Okay, so I will just move again 0.5. Yeah, okay. So you can see, right? So I will just remove this and click here, okay, and finish. Right? If you look at in 3D view, your base plate will be here, but you need to set this. So you need to set in section. So go to your section. So you can see, so my base plate is 16 mm thickness. Okay, so give the RP command reference plane and use this option, and just add the offset 16 mm and just add here. Then you can use the align command and align this base plate. So if I select, so you can see this base plate up to here. If you look at in 3D view again, so this is your base plate, and then you need to give the same material. Okay, so if you see the column material is this one, steel 45345. So you can give the same material, right? Steel 45345. Then I will select this and go click here, edit in place, select this one, and you can give the material here, steel 345, and click here, okay, and finish. Okay, so this is your base plate for the C1. Then after that you need to add the grout here. So you need to go in plan and click here again, component, model in place, then floor category, and click here, okay, and you can add here 25 mm grout. I will just add here grout, right, and click here, okay. So I will use this option, blend option, for the creating the grout. So I will select here. So you can see here is active is edit top. It means you are in bottom. Okay, so I will use this option, pick lines. If I give the 25 mm thickness, so my offset is 25 mm. Okay, so I will show you on paint. Right, so this is my grout like that, and this is my base plate. So if I give this thickness of this grout 25 mm, so this distance it should be 25 mm. Okay, so I have given the offset from the edge of the base plate. So edge of the base plate where this one. So I will just use the offset and just add here base plate. Then you need to click here, edit top. It means you are in, if you see here, edit base, so but you are in top. Okay, so use this pick line option and add here 0, and I want to add here. So this line is my top side of the grout, and click here, okay, and finish. If you look at in 3D or 2D, yeah, in 3D, so you can see, but you need to adjust this. So you should go in section, so you can see, and just give the align command, and this is your base plate here, and just add. So you can see we have added the grout here. If you look at in 3D view, it looks like so, right? Then bolt we can add in 2D. Okay, so no need to add the bolt here. So once you add this grout, or you can, if you want to show the bolt opening, so you can add. Okay, so you can just use the extrude void and just add here, right? Then if you, but I will suggest don't show any bolt in this plan. So when we will create the 2D details for this base plate connection, we can add the bolt there. Okay, if you add the bolt here and if you take the print, so this bolt is not looks good and it's look the messy. Okay, so because this scale is 50, 1:50 scale, this bolt is very small. Okay, so once you done with this base plate and this grout, you can copy this. So copy at all C1 location. So I will give the CO command and click here multiple, and just you can add here, then here, right? And after that, you can copy from other side. I will use this midpoint option and just add, then add here, then add here, then add here. Right, similarly you need to create for the C2 also, right? So I am not creating this because it's take a time. So yeah, just but if you create this plan, so you should create a base plate and grout the same thing, same way. Okay, so if you look at in 3D view, it looks like so you we have given at all location, right? Then after that, I will just remove this. Yes, so after that, this is your first drawing, right? Then in this drawing you need to give this plan, right? And you need to go here in annotation, and if you want to add some symbols for north direction, so you need to go here annotation and click here symbols. So if you click, so yeah, so here is only two families here, one two symbols, center mark and north arrow. So if you working on standard template, so you can get all those symbols for north arrow with as per the standard. No, then you can get the scale bar here. So we need to add the scale bar. So if this drawing is 1:50, we need to create a 1:50 scale bar here. Okay, so right now we have this north arrow. So you can give here, right? Then after that, you need to give the notes table here, the right top of the bottom. Okay, right top corner of the sheet. So how to add the notes? Okay, so you have option here, text, right? So before going that, you have one more option here, legend. Okay, so you can see here just above the your sheet list legend here. If I double click, okay, so just right click, because we don't have any create the legend or notes here. So you need to click right click and say here new legend. Okay, so new legend, you can give here name here notes, sorry, capital notes, right? And you can give the reference number. So this notes is on drawing S01, so I will just add here S01 and scale is 1:1 and click here OK. So you can see we have create here. If I click on this plus, so you can see I have create the table here. Okay, legend. Okay, and then after that you can just add this text, right? So if you see here, so these are the text as per our standard size text. For the normal text you should go with 3 mm, but if you give the title, okay, so for example I will use this 5 mm and just add here notes. Okay, if you uh, yes, so I will just click here notes, right? So this is, if I select this, so this is 5 mm. Okay, then after that you need to just double click and you can just give the symbol like that. So this is my notes, and just press the enter, then you, and you can apply the bullet point here, right? So I will apply here bullet point. So this is one. Okay, so then you can new add the new notes here. So you can say all dimensions are in millimeters. Okay, and level are in meters. Okay, so this drawing is millimeter, but if I give some levels, so those level are in meter. Then you can see here. So you need to select this text, okay, and just change the height. Okay, so I will show you. Okay, so if I select, oops, okay, so I will select again. So this could be right. Okay, so actually we have taken here 5 mm height. Okay, so if I select, so we can't change this. Okay, so what I do, I will just copy this text, okay, and delete from here. So I will provide only notes here because this notes height is 5 mm. Okay, so you can see if I select here, then after that I will take a new text here. Okay, and you can set here, right, and you can select the bullet point, but this, and you can just control V, but this text height is 3 mm. Okay, so I will select this and change the, because this is the normal text, right? Then after that you can just add your notes. If you have second notes, bearing capacity of soil, so and so. Then third note refer to drawing, refer to civil drawing, or you can say refer to general civil, general arrangement, you can say refer to civil drawing for general arrangement, drawing to overall site layout, you can say here. Then you can say here refer to drawing so and so for the general notes. Okay, you can add the notes here. Then refer to drawing so and so or standard details. If you have give any details, standard details, so you can give the notes here and just enter. Right, then after that you can, if you want to give the space between the two lines, so you can give, right, so just press the enter. Okay, so you can give like that, enter. Then you can give the enter and enter, right, and then you need to just remove this two, so it's automatically change here. You remove three, then remove four, then remove five, right. Then if you want to add, so you can just add six note and then press the enter, right. So suppose right now we have only five number of notes. Okay, so this is my notes table, right. If you want to give some line, so you can just give the dl command, detail line. So if you type dl, so this line will be activate. So you can see there are the different line here. Suppose I want to add the medium line table here, so I will select this medium line and select this rectangle and just add the line here. So this is my table, notes table. So you can just add one more line here, right. So you can see I have added the note here, so where in legend. Okay, so you can just close this. We have already added here, but I want to add those notes on my this drawing because I have given the number here. You can see notes s01. So these notes I want to represent on this s01. So you need to just simply drag here like that, so you can see it appear here, right. Then if you, I don't want to give any title, so if you select this and go to here, so you have an option here, no title. So you can remove the title. Then you can just place exact corner, right corner, right. So all the nodes as per the standard, all the nodes should be on your right top bottom of sorry, right top corner of the sheet. Okay, so these are the nodes. Then I want to add some legend also. Okay, so in this drawing I will use some legend. Just for, if I want to represent TB, top and bottom, so I will just simply say TB. Then each face, so I will not write the full form each face, so I will just add the E up. So you can create the legend also. So right click again. So once you have create these nodes, so you can copy, right click, duplicate on, and duplicate with the detailing. Okay, so if you click here duplicate, so just view is duplicate, but I want to do the duplicate with this text. So you should right click and you should go with duplicate with detailing. So whatever you did the detailing, you should also duplicate. So I will go with that, duplicate with detailing. So this is come also, right? Then you can just rename this. So I will just rename. So right click and rename, and then you can say here legend. Okay, legend, legend. Then this is S01 for my understanding. So this legend I want to place on S01 drawing. Then you can just change this. So instead of notes, it should be legend, right? So, and you can add here. You can, for legend you don't need to give bullet point. So you can just add your legend T and B and press the tab, dash tab, and you can see here top and bottom, right? Then you can see here each face. Then EW, so it's each way. Then you can just say here each way, each face. Then sometime we are adding this text FGL, so you can say finish grade level, right? Then after that we can add the short form TOC, so you can say top of concrete. Then you can say top of steel, TOS, top of steel. Okay, then if you want to add some TUG, so you can add here top of greeting. So if you want to represent some top of greeting, so you can add here. So if you use some short form, so you should add here. Okay, and then you can just rearrange this table. So you don't need to go give up to here. So you can just minimize this. So this is your legend table. So you can see created here. You can just close and simply, if you go on your drawing, so just simply drag legend. Okay, so you can see I have just added here and just add here, right? The similarly I don't want to give any title, so this is my legend. So you can place as per your requirement. So I will place here. Okay, so if you want, you need to give the north arrow, legend, so all those things you need to add on your drawing, right? Then after that, this is second drawing, right? So this is your plan view, right? Roof plan, right? Then you can create legend. You need to give only one drawing, but if you want to add some notes for this structural framing, right? So you can just copy these notes and duplicate with detailing, and you can just give the name for this drawing. So these notes I want to add on S02, right? And click here OK. Then steel related notes you can add here, the grade of steel. Then if you want to add some fabrication notes, so you can add here, right? So steel related notes you can add here. So I will just add here steel related notes, right? So just for reference, and then you need to add the number of notes here, right? So you can just drag on the next sheet. So copy and just drag here. We have already copy, right? And just remove the title, no title, right? So you can see. So this is your second drawing. Okay, in this drawing, you need to give all the your framing elevation. Sorry, framing plan. So this is your framing roof framing plan. Okay. In after that, you need to give what happen? Okay, then after that you need to add here your member schedule, right? So you can see this is C1, but what side of C1? So we are not clear here. Okay, just added here C1, but someone is read the drawing. Okay, so what, which size we have given for C1, which size we have given for C2, which size we have given for B1. Okay, so you need to add the table here. Okay, you don't need to add them manually, right? So we have added by here, we have option here. So similarly you can see here schedule and quantities, right? So and if you go here annotation, so you have one more option here for scheduling. Oops. If you go to the annotation, yeah, this is the tagging and tag by, okay, structural, no annotation, yeah, in view category. Okay, if you click here view, so you can see here schedule. Okay, so you can use this option, right? So I will just click here schedule. So you, yes, so you can see, so there are the different category. Okay, so which schedule you want to create here? So suppose here structural framing and columns, right? So all those things here, and you can see here multi category. Oops, sorry, I will just I have take the wrong here, not schedule. So you need to go here material takeoff. If I click here, right, so you need to go here view category and click here schedule and material takeoff. Okay, so you can see category here. So which category you want to create the schedule? So I will, what I do, I will use the this option multi category material takeoff, right? It means I want to create the schedule for columns, schedule for beams. Okay, so there are the different category here. Steel framing, it means my beam category, and structural steel column is different category. Okay, so I am not select the separate. I will give the one schedule. Okay, so I will add here multi category takeoff, right? If you want to just give the column, so you can just click here structural framing column, structural column. So in that list the beam is not come because you have select here, right? So I will select, okay, I will I will select multi category. So beam, column, purlin, all those things we can give here. So I will select multi category. After that you can add here. Okay, and just click here okay. So once you click, so this material takeoff product is active here. Okay, so this is the available fields. So what fields you want to add, right? So you can see here. So first of all, if you give the material schedule member schedule, so yeah, S- so, yeah, so this is my member schedule table. So the title, first title is come member schedule, then after that mark. Okay, so I will select here first mark. So if you remember, in suppose this is my I section, so I have go to this family in edit tab. Okay, and I have assigned the type mark as a C1. Okay, so this C1, this type mark is as a mark here. Then you can add here type, which type means this I section, column or beam, whatever the name. Okay, suppose this is 250 UC or whatever. So this name is appear here. Okay, so you need to go as a type name. Then after that you can add here description. So we have given some fields. So we have added the column, right, and beams. Okay, so those thing will be come here. So I will explain how to come. Okay, before going that, I want to just share here. So if I select this column, okay, and go to edit tab. Okay, so you can see initially we have assigned here C1. So I will assign this, add this field type mark. then description here, and then type comments. So these are fields you can see here. So if you go to the view and schedule and take up material take up, right? So you, if you go down, so yeah, I will go with that multi category. Okay, then after that you can see here type mark, right? So you can see here type mark. So I want to add in this list. Okay, so this field is blank here because we haven't added any field here. Okay, so I will select this type mark and just add here. So this type mark is added here. Okay, and I will just click here. Okay, to include at least one. Okay, so after that I will use the type name. Okay, so you can see here type, right? So just press type. So what is the type? I will show you. So and just click here, at least one material. Okay, type name. Where is the, okay, okay, so type mark is done, and type name, if you go to the down type. Okay, so here is a type and I will click add here. You can see mark I have added and type I have added. Then after that I have just given some comments, column, beam in description. So you can see description is also here, right? So you can just add here. And then last is type comments. So you have one option here, type comments. If you remember, we have added type comments schedule dot sch. So what is the function for this sch? I will explain. So I will just add these four parameter. Okay, so type mark, then type, then description, then type comments. Okay, so these four parameter I have added here. So if I click here, okay, material takeoff must include at least one material. If you instead of the count material rather than a material, create ordinary schedule. Okay, close. What is this? Oops, I have, okay, so I have just click here and click here, okay. Material takeoff must include at least one material. Okay, close and type material. We have, if you have option material, material, where is the material? Okay, material area. Okay, I will add here and click here, okay, right? So you can see, so I have add here type mark. So you can see here whatever we have given zp1 cp1. Okay, on the basis of that they have added here. Then type means, okay, I will just close this schedule. Yes, and if I select, okay, and you can see the name here. Okay, so this called as type. Okay, so if you assign the type, so this member size name is active added in that schedule. Okay, for example, if I choose this Perlin and go to edit type, so you can see type. So whatever you have given the size name or family name for any structural member, so this category is type. So if you add type, so it means your member size is come. Okay, then we have already created this schedule, so no need to go again here schedule and take off. Okay, so you can go here above the legend sheet. So you can see above the sheet tab and below the legend. So if I click on this plus, so you can see we have created this material takeoff. So I will just double click, so you can see here. So you can see here type mark. So initially we have given the type here, then type, so the name of the member, then description. So if you remember, we have given the term in individual member edit tab. In description column, if there column, so I have added column. If there is beam, so I have added beam. If there are z purlin, I have added z purlin, c purlin. Okay, so all those things I have already added here. So this list is added, but you can see there are the different types here, base plate and all the things, but we don't need to show all those things. We are giving only this structural steel schedule. Okay, so once you add here, right, this one, so you need to sort out this. Okay, sort out means you need to what will say, modify this. So you have option here. Okay, so field, if I and filter, then sorting, grouping, formatting, and appearance. So what is the function for that? I will show you. So once you create, okay, you need to click here field. Okay, so these are the field, means your fields here. And then if you go to the next tab, filter, so you can see here the filter. Then next is sorting, grouping, so you can see sorting, grouping. You can go here, or you can go with this tab, the same thing. So first tab is our filter, so sorry, fields. So as per this field, as per our requirement, added here different types of field. All good. Okay, so you can see field is done. Then after that, filter. Okay, so in this filter, so you can give the filter here. So what happen, whatever we have added the material, so all material list here, but we don't want to show all the material. We don't want, we want to show only steel member. And if you remember, I have given schedule scs dot word in the type comments, right? So on the, with the help of this tab, we can sort out, sorry, we can filter here. So if I select here, yeah, so I will go with that type mark, filter by type mark, right? And you can see, okay, so type mark, sorry, we are in filter and then sorting. Okay, type mark. Okay, so if you go here, okay, so there are four options, so these are the fields, right? But if you remember, I will show you, I will just do this cancel, cancel, and go to in our drawing. Okay, if I select any member, so if you remember, I have given here type comments, the word is sch. Okay, it means schedule. If you create different type of schedules to, so schedule for steel, schedule for concrete, so you can give here text, steel schedule, concrete schedule. So on the basis of that, you can filter this. So you can see there, here is the field type comment, so I have given a schedule for all steel member. So I will use this option by for filter. So if you go again in your schedule, so you can see, if I click on filter, okay, so I will select this type comments. So type comments equal to sch dot. It means wherever I have added the sch dot as a type comment, so just need to show those member only. Okay, then if I click here, okay, so you can see, okay, only sch dot member you can see here, right? Then after that, this, if I add this schedule on the sheet, so this schedule is very long. Okay, because why, c1 c1 c1, so I have used 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 times.
सर
Yes.
सर ये C1 जो कॉलम उतना है उसके अंदर एक नंबर्स का कॉलम नहीं आ सकता है? जैसे C1 आया तो कितना नंबर है वो चीज,
कौन
जैसे
सा
C1
नंबर?
C1
हाँ, सेपरेट दे सकते फिर आप, ठीक है,
जैसे
मैं बताता हूँ, आगे बताता हूँ।
मेरे बात सुनिए सर, जैसे C1 दिए हैं
हम्म।
तो C1 का कितना नंबर ऑफ कॉलम है? तो जैसे 5 आया था, नंबर्स लिख के उसके अंदर 5 कर दिए
हाँ ना,
तो उस
वही
हाँ
बता रहा हूँ मैं, अभी क्या किया है मैंने, मल्टी कैटेगरी लिया है यहाँ पे, ठीक
यस
है।
सर।
सो इसमें मैं C1 को खाली नहीं दे सकता हूँ, तो अगर मुझे खाली C1 चाहिए, तो मैं कॉलम सिलेक्ट करूंगा खाली यहाँ पे, जो जो फील्ड शुरू में जो दिखाया था ना आपको, सो वहां पे मैं कॉलम सिलेक्ट करूंगा। सो उस केस में आपको खाली C1 के नंबर मिलेंगे,
तो सर उस केस में सिर्फ सेपरेट निकलेगा ना? तब मेरा का नाम,
सेपरेट निकलेगा,
हाँ
आपको
लेकिन
खाली C1 चाहिए, C1
हाँ
मिलेगा।
मेरा का नाम मल्टीपल के अंदर ही जैसे
नहीं नहीं, तो
टाइप मार
क्या,
करके C1 नंबर, कितना C1 का कॉलम है तो उतना नंबर दे दिए।
नहीं नहीं, अब हमें अभी हमने क्या किया है, मल्टी कैटेगरी यूज किया है। अगर इसको मैंने टोटल नंबर दिया तो वो क्या करेगा, ये लिस्ट में जितना भी नंबर है उसका कैलकुलेट कर देगा वो। ठीक है, अगर आपको खाली C1 का चाहिए तो आप क्या करोगे, स्ट्रक्चरल कॉलम में जाएंगे और खाली C1 का ही आएगा आपको,
तो
फिर
फिर सर
उसमें।
वो तो सिर्फ लिस्ट ही आ जाएगा, C1 का।
हाँ ना भाई, आगे बताता हूँ ना, ये जो
ओके सर।
फील्ड है ना, ये और आगे भी पढ़ना है हमें, तो उसमें हम सॉर्टिंग करें, सॉर्ट आउट करते उसको।
ओके सर।
हाँ, ये खत्म होने के बाद आपका और कुछ डाउट है तो हम क्लियर करेंगे। ठीक है,
ओके।
ओके, तो ये देखो, ये फील्ड हो गया हमारा। यस, सो फर्स्ट tab is filled, so whatever as per requirement we have added. Then filter. Okay, so filter, I have given the filter is type comments as a schedule. So all whatever we have, or whenever we have given the scs dot, so all list here, right? Then after that, if this schedule, if I place on my drawing, so this is the big schedule, because what, the all the C1, so 9 times C1 I have used. Okay, but I don't want to give each and every, so I will just give one C1. Okay, if I use the same size and same scheduling, so why, no need to give each and every separate C1. Okay, so I will give the one. So how to give, the next tab is sorting and grouping. Okay, so if you click here, sorting and grouping, so you have option here. Okay, by type mark. Okay, and you need to just click here, itemize every instance, so no need to itemize every instance, so untick this option. Okay, and then if I click here, okay, so you can see, so alphabetical comes here, because why we have given here type mark. So whatever I have given the type mark, if I given some A1, B1, C1, so I will use this option, sorting ascending, right? Ascending means A, B, C. Descending means start from bottom. But as per standard, you need to go with that. Okay. So, and if you click here, itemize, so each and every member you can see here, right? So in sorting and grouping tab, you need to untick this. No need to itemize every instance, right? Then if you click here, okay. Yeah, you have one more option, grand total. So previously, the guy's name Samir, I think Samir asking me the total number of. If I click on this, okay, so you can see the title counts tools. If I click here, okay, so you can see all the structural number is 45. So whatever you have added Perlin, then beam, column, so is are 45. Okay, and then Samir asking me, so you can give the separate for the C1. Yes, you can give, but initially you need to don't set multi-category. You need to set steel column. Okay, so if you select the steel column, so you need to just add, if you add here steel column, so you need to, or you should go, you should only see C1 column, steel column. Okay, and you can just itemize number and give the total number here. Similarly, you can create, if you want to create for B1 column, sorry, beam, so you need to select structural framing. Okay, so all the purlins, then your B1, B2, you can find out there. But here we are, the purpose for scheduling, we are just giving our, what is the B1. So B1 we have given, then what is the size for B1, so we have given, then description, then okay, so those things. Okay, then if you go to here, sorting and grouping, so I don't want to give the total number, so I untick this option, and if I click here, okay, right? So your schedule is done here. So if you close this, right, and I want to add this schedule here, so you can see here, you can just rename this, and you can say here member schedule. Okay, or you can say here steel member schedule, right, and click here, okay. you can see steel member schedule, and you can just drag this on your sheet like that. Okay, then after that you need to just rearrange, so just click on this arrow, right, like that. Okay, so one part you have complete, so you have added the schedule. But if you see, so there is some blank here, blank row, then all those text is left alignment, and your main text is at the middle. Okay, and this, what is this type comment? So yes, we have given this for the filter purpose, but I don't want to show in schedule. What is this SCH? Okay, I want to show only type mark, then type and description, and those two things don't want to show because there is no meaning. What is and no any relation. What SCH dot, what is this SCH dot? But for generating this schedule, we have added these type comments and material. So you can opt these. Okay, so you can edit this or you can format this schedule. So just double click on this. So if you go to this format tab, formatting, click here edit, right? So you can see these are your fields, and these are the, you can change here. Okay, so first is type mark. So you can change this. I don't want to give the title type mark, I want to give only mark. So you can add here in capital, right? Then heading orientation horizontal, because I want to represent this horizontal, not vertical. If you select vertical, and if I click here OK, and if you go to your so you can see this text is vertical. Okay, so I don't want to give the vertical, I want to set here horizontal. So change it horizontal. Okay, so you can give any name as per your requirement. Just replace just against this name type mark. So I don't want to give here type mark, I want to add here mark. Then heading orientation, yes, I want to give horizontal. Alignment, so you can see this alignment, so I want to keep this at the center, right? So you can change the center. Okay, then field formatting, so no need to update here. Then you need to check second one, type. Okay, so this type, so instead of type I want to add here size. So I want to represent this as a size. Then same thing horizontal, then I want to set here center. Then third is description. Okay, so description means this one. So instead of description you can say here remarks, or you, if you want to keep description, so you need to just convert into the capital. Okay, and this say again center. Okay, then next type comments and material. So I don't want to show these both the tab. So you have option here, field, sorry, hidden field. So if I click here, right, and for this also keep just place, so you can hide this tab, you can hide this field. So I have untick for the both type comments and material. And if I click here OK, this one material, if you want element rather than material, create the ordinary schedule. I don't know what is this error is come. Okay, okay, so material, I will just on this click here. Okay, right, so we need to give one, at least one material, but so I will getting this error first time.
सर मटेरियल तो रहेगा ना सर, वो कितना मटेरियल लगा है, वॉल्यूम कितना
लेकिन यहाँ पे हमें
मटेरियल,
मटेरियल देना ही नहीं है ना, मटेरियल क्यों देना है हमें? यहाँ पे खाली B1 को क्या बोलते हैं,
एस्टिमेशन निकालने के लिए आराम हो जाएगा सर हम लोग के लिए।
ये एस्टिमेशन नहीं है भाई, ये मटेरियल टेक ऑफ नहीं है, ये हमें मटेरियल टेक ऑफ कब देना है, जब हमारा पूरा जो पूरा एक्सेल शीट रहता है तब देना है। अभी ये जो शीट है ना, ये शीट पे हम क्या रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे कि B1 किसको बोलेंगे, C1 किसको
ओके
बोलेंगे, वो रिप्रेजेंट करना है हमें। ठीक है,
ठीक है सर।
सो ये क्यों आ रहा है, क्रिएट नोट इंक्लूड एटलीस्ट वन मटेरियल इफ यू इंस्टेंट काउंट। Okay. So फर्स्ट टाइम आ रहा है एरर क्या? ठीक है, सो इसमें ठीक है, ये हो गया। फिर ये अगर आप यहाँ पे गए ड्राइंग, इफ यू गो टू द ड्राइंग, सो यू कैन सी द चेंजेस. सो आई हैव गिवन द मार्क, साइज एंड शेड्यूल, member schedule, title. Okay, so this tab we don't want to show, but yeah, so if you double click again, right, so I will try again off here. So go to the material and show here and click here. Okay, material takeoff must include at least one material. If you not attend, create the ordinary schedule instant. Okay, so I will explain what is the reason later. Then okay, so you can format here. Then if you go to the formatting, if you go to the appearance, okay, so how to give this format appearance for this table, so you can click here. So first of all, grid lines, so you can change the line for this grid line. So you can see this horizontal and vertical, so you can assign the lines type. Okay, so you can convert these. Then outline, if I go to the medium, outlines means this border line. Okay, and you can see after your main title, sorry, subtitle, so the one row is coming here blank because of this. So we have on this blank row before data, so you need to just untick, right? And then here text, so text, show text, then show headers. Okay, so this is your title text, means this main title. So you can change the font. Okay, suppose I will select 5 mm Arial because I want to give the big height, because this is my main title. Then header means this one. So for header and body text, so body text is this text. Okay, so I will select 3 mm for both. Okay, and click here. Okay, and if you go to the material, okay, and click here. Okay, so you can see. So if you look on your drawing, so it should, you can see that height is increased here. Okay, and this is the mark. If you want to give the big size for this data text, so you can give. Okay, then if you want to format again, so you can just double click and you can format, right? So you can create the schedule as per that. So if you go to on your drawing, so it looks like, okay, so you can see steel member. So sometimes suppose I have changed the size for C1. Okay, so if I change this C1, so once you change here, so here is automatically change here, no need to manually change, right? If you double click and if you just click here B1, and if you go to your model, so all B1 has been select here, so you can see. Okay, I will show you. I will just add and just minimize this up to here, right? And if I go to the schedule here, right, and suppose I will select this C1 and go to your 3D model, select C1, so you can see all the C1 has been select here. So suppose if you want to change the size, so you can just, you have already select and you can give the, or you can change the size. Then after that you need to add the type mark again for the new size. Once you change this, so this tag is changed. So just you can see just question mark. Okay, so you need to go again in edit tab and just you need to assign the new tag here. If you change the size, so this tag is removed because we have given C1 for this particular size, right? Okay, then if you go to here S02 on drawing number S02, okay, the same thing. If you want to add the notes, still related notes, you can add, right? Then next drawing, you need to add your elevations. all four elevation, right? So how to create elevation? So okay, so I think next drawing you can, if your section is fit in this drawing, so you can add. So this is scale is 1 to 50, and if you have two sections, okay, go to view. So this is your sections, right? So you need to clean up this. Okay, so hide all sections, then labels. Don't give the labels. We will give the top of concrete. Okay, so in this section, you need to hide all reference plane. Okay, so you can see I have cut the section through the slab, so you can see this hatching is appear here. Suppose if you don't want to give the hatching here, and instead of this pattern, so instead of you want as per your client requirement, just give here solid hatch. Okay, so whatever you we or whichever the any structural member it's cut concrete member, and you don't want to show the hatch pattern like that, if you want to show the solid hatch, so you can give. Okay, so right click and go here, override the graphics by category. If I choose the by category, so it's apply to all floor slab. Okay, so I will go with that. And then you have option here cut pattern, right? And then you can assign here. So if you go to the material, and you need to select this solid fill, right? And you need to assign the color. So color we need to assign here gray color. So you can see this one. Okay, so these are the custom color, and you need to select as per your requirement. And if I click here OK and apply and OK, so you can see gray color is appear here. Okay, so in my legend I will represent this gray solid is new concrete. Okay, so you can change this pattern. Then after that you need to set yours. Okay, so my plan is 1 to 50, so my section is also 1 to 50. Then you need to give the tagging. Okay, so in section you need to give the tag. So I will remove this leader. Okay, and just give the leader tag for the column. Okay, so you can give here tagging. Then you can just uh, before give the tg command, just remove this leader option, so not come again and again. And then you can just add here b1. Then after that you can add for this z purlin. Okay, so okay, so I think we haven't assigned these site purlins, right? So okay, so first of all you need to select your uh, metal deck top and side, and just convert into the half tone. So select and go to here override graphics and by elements, and just click here half tone and click here apply. S- so what happen, so once you convert into the half tone, so your member is looks. So our motto is we need to show our members clearly, so you can convert into the half tone. Similarly this gutter is you can convert into the half tone. So select this gutter, right click, go to here override graphics and by element, and just on this half tone and click here apply. Okay, right? So you can see, so you can see the steel member is clearly seen here. And then after that you can add the tag. So I will give the tg command and just select this member, so you can see I have given the tagging here. So zp1 means z purlin, zp1, and then cp1. Cp1 means side guts end purlin, c purlin you can say. And then you can just rearrange this tagging. Oops, I have selected the rope like that. Then similarly you need to give this is our raptor. Okay, so we need to give the raptor also. Okay, so select and go here edit type, and I will select this is our raptor, right? So select your raptor, go to edit type, and we haven't given any mark. Okay, so you need to give here r1. So r1 is your raptor. Then description, so this is as a beam, but I want to add here Raptor. So R1 is my Raptor, and type comments is we have already SCH. And if I apply and click here OK, and if I give the tag, so you can see this is R1, then this is also R1. Then you need to give the tagging for R1 in your drawing also. So we miss adding the tagging for the R1. So I have add the R1, so you can see automatically added here. Okay, so you can add here because I have given the filter SCS dot. Okay, so it's on the basis of that filter, so this R1 is added in my drawing list. Sorry, still member schedule. Okay, and then you can add here in plan. So if you go and just give the TG command, so you can say R1, then R1, then this is my R1, right? Then this is R1, this is R1, this is R1, and this is R1. Okay, so here is done. And if you go to section, so you can see the same thing we need to assign here. Okay, so you can say here SP1 side purlin 1. So if I go here, edit type, and you can add here side purlin, or you can say SZP1 side purlin, side Z purlin. Okay, and click here, and you need to give the description. Side girds, you can say, right? And in type comments, you have already SCH. And if I click here, apply and OK, right? And then if I give the TG command, so you can see this is side ZP1, and this is also side ZP1, then side ZP1, then side ZP1. Similarly, you need to add here side ZP1, then side ZP1 here also, then here also, and here also, right? And you need to give, so all annotation is done here. Then you need to give the text. So what text? So suppose I want to go here annotate, and I want to annotate this gutter, so you can say gutter, and you can give the note here, refer to architectural drawings for details. Okay, so we are not giving the details for this gutter. So architectural. So yes, your standard size is 3 mm. So you need to convert this. Okay, so once you add this text, you have, and if you select, so you can just see this option, adding the arrow. If you want to add the arrow to the right side, you can click here. Then if you want to add the left side, so you can click on left side, right? So you can see. Then if you want to add some text for yeah, text for, yes, I want to represent this as a footpath. So you can just, once you added this text, so you can just copy and move here, and you can say just here, and you can just annotate footpath. It's a single word, footpath, and typical. If you give the typical words, so this text is applied to here also. No need to give the separate text. Okay, then you need to give the thicknesses. So just add the di command, and just you need to give all the thickness for the slab. So you can add here, then you can add here, this is 100 mm thick, right? So if you don't want to give again here, so just double click on this text, and you can just add the below typical. Click here, apply, and OK. So if you add typical, so this 100 mm thickness is applicable for this also. Okay, then you need to give the TOC here, top of concrete. So if you go to here annotation category, and you have option here spot elevation, so click here, and you can add here. So this is your level. So 0 level. If you want to add some, create some as per your standard, so you can create. So just select and click here edit type, and you can duplicate, and you can give here TOC elevations. So if you want to represent your top of concrete in elevation, so you need to use this option. Okay, and click here OK. Then you have option here. Okay, so arrow fill means you have given this arrow fill, right? So if I select this none, so you can see what happened. And okay, so you can see this arrow is remove here, right? Then if I go to again edit type, and you have option here, so symbol. So symbols is target fill, so this symbol. Okay, if you want to change this, so you can change. So there is no any other symbol here, so here is the crosshair here. So if I change this, click here OK and apply, so you can see. Okay, but if you working on the standard template, so you can get the different types of shape here. Okay, so by default this is not proper created template, so this is the AutoCAD template, so that's the reason. Okay, then if you go to here, and if I select this previous exterior fill and click here apply, yes, so you can select this also. Okay, and click here up, and then if you want to represent TOC, so you can also represent. Select, go to here edit type, and you have one option here. If you go down top indicator, okay, and you can add here TOC, right? And if you apply and click here OK. Sorry, I have added the wrong location. Okay, not here. So elevation indicator, right here, elevation indicator, I want to add here TOC, and click here apply and OK. So you can see, and just move here. So this is TOC, and this is 0 level. Okay, then if you want to add some digit, what will say decimal, so you can change. So if I select this and go to again edit type, so you can see here, I don't want to give the leader as a arrowhead, so you can select none. Then color, if you want to give the color some different color, so you can give, suppose I want to give the color blue one, apply OK, so it is convert into the blue, but just keep black as per the standard. Okay, so I will select as a black and click here OK. Then this symbol you can change. Then this is your text. Okay, so text should be 3 mm, because our no, all text is 3 mm. Then text from the leader, so okay, so we can just minimize 1.5 to 1. Then font, so font should be Arial narrow, so you can create. Then after that, yes, unit formats. So if you go here, so you can see this is the millimeter, and if I untick this, right, so you can see here is the zero decimal. So if you want to add 3 decimal, 2 decimal, you can add. Suppose I will add here 2 decimal and click here apply and OK. So you can see TOC 0.00. Okay, some I want to add here line and I want to give the spot elevation, same elevation. So you can see, okay, so okay, I will give any here. Sorry, so if I click, if I select this, so this is different, but I want to convert into this previously I have created, so it looks like, so this 0 and this is 1054. If you want, so this is in millimeter. Okay, but normally we are giving all the levels in meter. So you can change. So if you go again edit type, and if you click here units format, and just change here meter, millimeters to meter, and click here apply and OK. So you can see this is the 1.05 level. Then you can just add here. Okay, so you can create. So I don't want to give the leader, so if I select, so just remove this leader, so your TOCs come exactly on the where you want. So I want to add this TOC, so you can add. Similarly, if you want to create for the TOS, so you can create edit type, then duplicate, and you can see here TOS for top of steel, and remove, and click here OK, and just go down and just change here TOC and TOS. So instead of C, I have changed S. I click here OK. Okay, so this is TOC. Just select and convert into the TOCs. It could be changed. But suppose I want to give the TOC here, top of steel. So my top of steel where I want to give. Okay, suppose I want to give at this minimum level. Okay, so you need to go here, spot level, then select and just run what you want to show. So I want to TOS, and if you move your cursor here, right, so you can see you can add the TOS, top of steel, like that. So then you can just rearrange. Okay, okay, but we don't show the TOS, this elevation. At this criteria, we need to give the height. Okay, so you can just add the dimension DI, and you can add the dimension here. Okay, so I will remove this TOS, and I want to represent the height of the column. Okay, because when the person is read, so he should know what is the structural height. Okay, so 350, so you can just add, and you can, as per your requirement, if you want to add some text, so you can add here column height. Okay, and apply, and okay, so you can see, just drag here, like that. Then this typical, you can just drag at the downside. Okay, so three, any thickness or any height you can give here. Then after that, you need to represent the slope here, right? So if you go here, annotate, and you have option spot slope, so click on that and just add here. So we have just added here 9.10 slope, so you can see 9.37 degree here. Okay, then if I select this, because this text is clashing with this tag, okay, so you can modify this. So if I select this slope tag, this is spot slope, right? And you have option, so 1.5 means this distance is 1.5. Suppose I will increase this 5 mm, so this height is increased. Sorry, I will just give here 10. 10. Okay, triangle not able to change here. Yes, so you can see, so this distance is changed. Suppose I will give here 8, so it comes down. Suppose I will give 6, so it comes down. So 6 is very less, so 8 is okay. Oops, sorry, I have given 86, so 8 is okay. Okay, then right click, and you have option create similar, and you can give the similarly slope here. Then same, you need to just click and just add here 8. 8. Okay, so you can see this is the slope. If you don't want to give slope, so you can just say slope, right? So you don't need to add this, so you need to just add the text here. So add the text, and you can say here slope, right, like that. And you need to change it 3 mm Arial, and you need to give the arrow in this side. Then after that, you need to select and just rotate, like that. If you don't want to represent your slope, you need to just give the text. Okay, then after that, you need to cover all the members with the tag. So this is B1, this is B1, this is B1, then this is B1, and then after that, you need to rearrange. So this is B1, but if your tag is very far your element, so you can assign, you can add the leader. So you can see I have add, select this tag and just click here leader. So you can see the leader is activated here like that. So then you can just add the leader if you want to give like that. Okay, so most of, if you give the leader, so it's the line is crossing, but where is not possible to give the tag, so you can just add the tag with the leader. So you can, otherwise you can just place, so we can understand. So this tag is related for this member. Then if you want to just add the tag here, b1 here, and then b1. Okay, then you need to finish your section. Then after that, if you go, okay, so if you don't want to add the section here, so this drawing is only for plan. Okay, so you need to create new drawing. So right click on sheet tab and click here new, and click here okay. Then you can, this drawing is your for section. Then you can, if you want to add the name, so you can add the name here, floor plan, right? Then second drawing is for your roof plan, so you can add here roof plan. And this is your sections, so you need to add here sections. Okay, like that. Then after that, project name you can give X, Y, Z, whatever your project. Owner name means client name you can add here. If you're working on standard templates, so all those things are set. You don't need to create, right? So suppose third drawing is for my sections. So where is my section? So yeah, so this section. So if I cut the section, so this section is comes in section category. So if I see this section, building section, and click on this plus, so you can see. So I will just rename this. So I will give the all section is with alphabet. Okay, so this is my section A. Then I want to set this section in my drawing. So if you go down in section drawing, okay, and you need to just drag your section A. Okay, so you can see I have just drag like that, and this is my section A. Just place here, right? If you don't want to show this border, okay, viewport border, so untick this option, crop region view, just visible, just untick, so you can't see like that. Then you can just move and just rearrange. Then similarly, you need to develop your section B. Okay, so if you go to the view, so this is my section B. The same thing, you need to hide all levels. Okay, hide by category, then hide by, so don't need to show this any section in sections. Okay, and you need to change the your scale, so this is 1:50, and you need to set fine, then hidden lines. Okay, so this is my section B. In this section B, I want to represent this is the roller shutter. You can just give the note. Then you need to add the tagging for this raptor. So if I use the raptor, so you can see raptor. If I give the tag command, tg command, so you can see I have added the raptor. If you want to change this direction, so you can change, so you can just convert into the, so yeah, if you go to the tagging, so yes, so this is assign and just okay. So if I want to give in horizontal, if you can see if I select, so this option is off here because this tag is, I will show you. So I will select this tag and go to here edit family. Okay, but if I select this, so one option is here, keep readable, keep usable. Yeah, if you go to here edit, show the border and the line weight transparent. Okay, so here if I select, yes, you can see if I go to this family, so this option is on here. What option? Rotate with component. Okay, it means if your component is incline and if you give this tag, so this tag is parallel to this member. Okay, so this tag is, we are using the same tag in section. Okay, so if I give the tagging in section, so this tag is parallel to this member. But in here in our, I will show you, yeah, but here I don't want to show this because my reading direction in this direction, so I want to keep is horizontal. But if you want to show here, so it's parallel to this. Okay, so this tag family I will keep as it is. So what I do, I will just duplicate this family. Okay, so just go here, file, and just click here save as, and just as a family, and you can place anywhere on your desktop, and you can give the reference here without rotate, without rotate with component. You can give the shortcut here without rotate with component. Okay, so my understanding, I will give this text and just keep here save. Then after that I will select this, untick this option. Okay, so remove. I have create, if I made these changes in my original family, so all the tags will be changes. Sometimes I want to give the tagging align with my components, and sometimes I don't want to give with components. So what, that's the purpose I have create the separate this one. And once you create, so you need to click here load into the project. Orientation 3D, oh yes, 3D is me, in this 3D is not applicable. Okay, so yeah, here if you go again and yeah, load into the project and go to your section drawing. Okay, so you can see I will just change here my new type. So you can see I have added here new type, this one, structural framing tag WRWC. Then I will just select here, so you can see this will be the change, and I can give any direction, vertical, horizontal, it's active here. Okay, so you can change. So this is, and select all and go here and just change R1. Okay, and then you can just rearrange R1. Okay, and then similarly you can just select your all rope and wall and convert into the half tone. Okay, I want to show only steel member. Okay, so once you just do your tagging, then if you don't want to show this hatch, you need to just give the solid hatch. Okay, we are assuming we have update all those the section B as per section A, and you need to give the name here, section dash B. Okay, so we are just assuming all those thing we did. Okay, because the same thing we did for section A. So you need to clean up first of all section, give the tagging for all member, give the annotation where applicable, right? Then you need to give the tagging here, sorry, spot elevation. Suppose I want to give here TOC, so you need to select, you have already create, no need to create again and again. So you need to give the TOC and move your text. Then after that, if you want to give some text, so you can give. Okay, and then once you finish your section B, you need to just drag on your section drawing. Okay, so this is section A, and just drag here section B, right, like that. So this is your section B. Okay, so I think we should stop. So in next session, हेलो,
अब तो कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछना
हाँ बोलिए,
सर, स्ट्रक्चर से रिलेटेड है
हाँ बोलिए।
सर। हम लोग डिटेलिंग रेविट में कैसे करेंगे?
अभी डिटेलिंग नेक्स्ट पार्ट है भैया, और हमें जाना है आगे। डिटेलिंग मतलब अभी सपोज हमें एक कनेक्शन दिखाना है, सो ये
इसमें
कनेक्ट,
नहीं सर, स्ट्रक्चर से रिलेटेड, स्टील में नहीं बात कर रहा हूँ।
फिर कहाँ देना है?
वो कॉलम में, बीम में सर, वो ट्रांसपेरेंट करके कुछ दिखता है ना सर, जब हम लोग डिटेलिंग करते हैं, तो वो डिटेलिंग स्ट्रक्चर में कैसे करेंगे
कौन से स्ट्रक्चर में करना है
सर?
डिटेलिंग?
रेविट के अंदर डिटेलिंग कैसे करेंगे सर? वो ट्रांसपेरेंट के थ्रू दिखता है ना कि हम किए हैं तो।
आपको कनेक्शन बोलना है क्या, या आप एक कनेक्शन
सर वो कंक्रीट स्ट्रक्चर की बोल रहे हैं सर।
ओके, ये वाला, ये शेप चेंज करना है, अपना हैच पैटर्न चेंज करना है।
रेनफोर्समेंट जैसे कॉलम या बीम में पूछ रहे हैं जो, उसकी डिटेलिंग कैसे होगी?
ओके ओके ओके, यस यस, रेनफोर्समेंट आपको शो करना है, बराबर बराबर। सो ये केस में क्या है, हमें यहाँ पे खाली टेंटेटिव दिखाना है, ठीक है। फॉर एग्जांपल मैं अभी नेक्स्ट सेशन में वही लेने लेने वाला था, यहाँ पे अगर रेनफोर्समेंट दिखाना है सो कैसे दिखाएंगे, ठीक है। सो इसमें क्या है, सो हमें
नेक्स्ट सेशन में अगर बताएंगे तो छोड़ दीजिए, कोई इशू नहीं है।
हाँ, धीरे धीरे कंप्लीट। अभी कैसा है, ये हमारा हो गया है, ठीक है। सो ये हमें अभी रेडी मिला हमारे मॉडल से। सो इसमें क्या होता है कि हमें इसमें सॉइल कंडीशन, अपना इंजीनियरिंग फील, कौन सा फील है बिलो स्ट्रक्चर सॉइल, क्या कौन सा कंडीशन है वो, ये सारी चीजें हमें यहाँ पे दिखाना पड़ता है। सो इसलिए हम उसको मॉडल नहीं करते। सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल इसको हम 2D में दिखाते। अगर एग्जाम्पल है, डोंट सी,
ये तो मैं समझ गया सर, एक्चुअली मैं सर थोड़ा टाइम नहीं मिल रहा
नहीं
प्रैक्टिस के लिए,
नहीं, एक
तो
मिनट
रेविट
मैं
पर यूज
बताता
कर
हूँ,
रहा हूँ।
ठीक है। ये आपका स्लैब है। सो ये हमें रेविट मॉडल से मिल गया, लेकिन इसके नीचे अगर मेरा फॉर्मेशन लेवल है, सो ये मेरा FGL है यहाँ पे, ये कुछ 100 mm नीचे, ठीक है, ये मेरा FGL है। तो इसके लिए मुझे एक्सकेवेशन कैसे करना है वो भी दिखाना है,
यस सर।
ठीक है। सो ये यहाँ से कुछ 1/2 मीटर में एक्सकेवेट करूंगा, फिर ये ग्राउंड प्रोफाइल में ऐसे दिखाऊंगा, ऐसे 45 डिग्री में। फिर ये ग्राउंड प्रोफाइल में ऐसे दिखाऊंगा 45 डिग्री में। फिर यहाँ पे मैं हैच दूंगा ऐसा, उसको पता होना चाहिए ना ये कौन सा है ऐसा ग्राउंड कंडीशन। फिर इसमें क्या, ऐसा मैं एक डॉटेड लाइन दिखाऊंगा। पॉलिथीन सीटिंग देते ना हम, पता है ना आपको, पॉलिथीन सीटिंग कंक्रीट के नीचे मॉइस्चर,
यस सर, यस।
यस। तो उसके बाद हम ब्लाइंडिंग कंक्रीट बनाते हैं, ठीक है, 50 mm का ब्लाइंडिंग कंक्रीट बनाते हैं। फिर इसको
यस
हम
सर।
अनोटेट करेंगे, यहाँ पे हम लिखेंगे 0.5 mm पॉलिथीन शीटिंग ऑन 50 mm ब्लाइंडिंग कंक्रीट। सो ये सारी चीजें हमें मॉडल नहीं करनी है, तो ये सारी चीजें हमें 2D में दिखानी है।
ओके
सो
सर।
सो 2D में कैसे दिखाएंगे मैं नेक्स्ट सेशन में बताऊंगा। और रही आपकी रेनफोर्समेंट की बात, ठीक है।
यस सर।
सो रेनफोर्समेंट में क्या करेंगे, हम एक लेयर क्रिएट करेंगे कि रेनफोर्समेंट लेयर वो डार्क दिखेगा, फिर उसमें ये ऐसे रेनफोर्समेंट दिखाएंगे हम। ये
यस
आपका यू बार हो गया, ये आपका यू बार हो गया। फिर हम यहाँ पे डॉट डॉट दिखाएंगे, ऐसे डॉट डॉट।
यस सर।
फिर इसको हम अनोटेट करेंगे N12 200 ईच वे टॉप एंड
ये
बॉटम। अगर
ये
आप,
ये तो सर 3D में दिखता है, वो ट्रांसपेरेंट कर देते हैं तो वो पूरा दिख जाता है।
नहीं, ये 2D में दिखाएंगे हम, ठीक है। ये हमारा ड्राइंग जो है कंसेप्ट ड्राइंग है, नॉट डिटेलिंग ड्राइंग। अगर आपको 3D में दिखाना है तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास एक ऑप्शन है, मैं
हम
वो
3D का ही
नेक्स्ट,
बात कर रहे हैं सर,
हाँ
हम 3D का ही बात कर रहे हैं।
हाँ 3D में दिखा सकते हो, वही बात मैं बोल रहा हूँ आपको। ये देखो यहाँ पे सेक्शन, अगर आपको ये एक एक चीज आएंगी, ये खत्म होने के बाद नेक्स्ट
ठीक है
आएगा।
सर, कोई इशू नहीं, मैं
तो
वेट कर।
इसमें अगर हमने सिलेक्ट किया ना, तो हमारे पास है ऑप्शन, इसमें हम रेनफोर्समेंट डाल सकते हैं। तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास रीबार का ऑप्शन है। अगर मैं ये एक्टिवेट करता हूँ तो ये देखो डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ रीबार, ये आएगा, ये देखो। अगर मुझे यहाँ पे लिंक डालना है तो करूंगा मैं। तो ये एक सेशन इस पे भी है,
ओके
बताऊंगा मैं कैसे,
ओके सर।
ठीक है। अभी जितना हम जितने पे अभी आज के दिन कितने पे आए हम, तो उसका ही थोड़ा अभी आप प्रैक्टिस करो।
सर
जब,
टाइम ही नहीं मिल रहा है, वो स्टैट प्रो पर, ये स्टैट प्रो करते हैं तो ये
नहीं ना,
चल जाता
ऐसा
है।
नहीं चलेगा ना, निकालना पड़ेगा टाइम, नहीं तो क्या है वो।
मैं अभी 9 सेशन का प्रैक्टिस कर रहा हूँ, मेरा 2 सेशन बिलो चल रहा है, लेट हो रहा है।
नहीं नहीं, प्रैक्टिस मस्ट है आपको।
तो वो टाइम का बहुत इशू हो रहा है, ये दोनों क्लास हो रहा है ना, एक ही होता रहता तो हम लोग कर लेते, जैसे
हम्म
ई टैब में और बाकी सब सॉफ्टवेयर हुए तो हम लोग बहुत बढ़िया प्रैक्टिस कर, समीर से पूछ लीजिए सर। लेकिन ये
हम्म
दोनों का टाइम ही नहीं मिल पा रहा, कुछ काम भी करना रहता है,
हम्म।
तो इसलिए बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा है। अभी मैं अनिल सर से बात करने वाला हूँ इस पर, कल बात करूंगा मैं।
वो पहले से ही दिवाली की छुट्टी हमारा 1 वीक एक्सटेंड हो गया है हमारा रेविड सेशन, नहीं तो अभी तक खत्म हो जाता है,
कोई इशू
लेकिन
नहीं सर, लेकिन सर इस तरह पॉसिबल नहीं है, दिमाग में कुछ नहीं घुस रहा है, मैं इरिटेट हो जाता हूँ कभी कभी, मैं सच बता रहा हूँ आपको।
नहीं नहीं, प्रैक्टिस मस्ट है। आज का जो भी हुआ ना, वो आपने आज ही करना है प्रैक्टिस।
वो तो सर पीछे का नहीं किया तो कैसे कर लूं, मैं पीछे से आऊंगा ना सर। तो ये तो मैं कुछ इसमें से 10% समझ गया,
क्यों
चलो कि हाँ।
क्यों सेशन में 2-3 सेशन में नहीं थे क्या आप?
नहीं सर मैं नहीं था, एक सेशन तो मैम के वजह से छूट गया, वो 5:30 में अपडेट की, मैं कहीं और था, मैं सोचा क्लास नहीं होगा। दूसरा सेशन में कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गया था।
नहीं, लेकिन रिकॉर्डेड सेशन भी रहते हैं ना, आप रिकॉर्डेड सेशन कर कौन
हाँ सर, एक क्वेश्चन रिकॉर्डेड से सर, ये कॉलम कट करना है राफ्टर से, तो कैसे होगा? मैं कर रहा था रेफरेंस ले लेकर, नहीं हो रहा था मुझसे।
कॉलम कट करना है आपको?
हाँ
तो ये कैसा है, ये कॉलम आपको इसमें ओवरलैप करना है, फिर उसके
हाँ
बाद रेफरेंस लाइन डालना है, ठीक है?
हाँ
अब ये आपको बताता हूँ, ये कॉलम मैं कॉपी करता हूँ यहाँ पे। अभी क्या करता हूँ मैं, इसका टॉप ऑफसेट 400 करता हूँ, तो इसको ओके। सो इसको अगर सिलेक्ट किया, सो यहाँ पे आप टॉप में जाएंगे, अगर इसको मैं थोड़ा बढ़ाता हूँ तो ये बढ़ गया है, ठीक है? तो यहाँ से मुझे अगर कट करना है, ठीक है, अभी मैंने रेफरेंस लाइन ऑफ कर दिया है, सो ये मैं ऑन करूंगा, यहाँ पे आरपी कमांड दूंगा, ठीक है? यहाँ पे एक आरपी रेफरेंस लाइन डालने की, ठीक है? फिर ओके, सो यहाँ पे जाएंगे विजिबिलिटी ग्राफिक्स में, यहाँ रेफरेंस प्लेन होगा अनोटेशन कैटेगरी में, सो ये आपको ऑन करना है, अप्लाई, ओके। सो ये रेफरेंस प्लेन ऑन हो गए। सो हमने यहाँ पे डाला है, देखो रेफरेंस प्लेन ये वाला, ठीक है? सो ये कॉलम को आपको सिलेक्ट करना है।
ये लेकिन दिख नहीं रहा यहाँ पर हम लोग जो डाले हैं,
क्या
यहाँ दिख नहीं रहा हम लोग जो डाले हैं।
ये क्या है, ग्रीन वाला है, ये देखो देखो, दिख रहा है
हाँ
ये डॉटेड?
हाँ सर।
एक मिनट में ये बंद करता हूँ, फिर नहीं दिखेगा वो। अगर आप मूव, आपका कर्सर यहाँ पे मूव करेंगे और टैब दबाएंगे, तो ये देखो अभी दिखा।
यस सर।
तो ये हमारा रेफरेंस प्लेन हो गया। फिर क्या करेंगे, इसको कट करेंगे, सिलेक्ट करेंगे, कट करेंगे, कट, और वो रेफरेंस प्लेन सिलेक्ट करेंगे, ये देखो
अच्छा,
ये कट।
रेफरेंस प्लेन सिलेक्ट करना है।
रेफरेंस प्लेन सिलेक्ट करना है आपको, पहले मेंबर सिलेक्ट करना है, मेंबर भी जो पार्ट आपको कट करना है वो सिलेक्ट करो,
ओके सर,
ठीक है?
ओके अंडरस्टूड सर।
Okay. Okay, so next session we will see how to create the 2D work here. Then after that we need to add the lures here. Okay, so I will add some lures, and once I have added some lures or window opening, so fourth drawing, it's your elevation, building elevation. So you need to give the elevation at all grid lines. So elevation on grid A, elevation on grid D, elevation on grid 1, and elevation on grid 4. So in that elevation you need to give the set out distance for the opening. Okay, for example, suppose I will use the elevation on grid 1. So this is my elevation like that, and then if I add some door here, okay, so door, so those door set out distance you need to give here. Otherwise how to know where is door is needs to add? So those all dimension you need to give the in elevation. So door height, then door width, and then you need to give the door set out distance from the edge of the building or any grid. If you have just near any grid, so you can give the from the grid also. If you add roller shutter, so you need to give the roller shutter dimension here. So that's the purpose. We are covering all the set out distance for the door, then window. Sometimes this elevation we have added some lures here, so number of lures, so you need to give the lure height, lure width. Okay, so that's the reason we need to create the elevation drawing. Then after that we will see steel detailing. Okay, just for example I will use the 4 bolt 4M20. Okay, and then I will just blown up this base plate with big scale. So because in this 50 scale is not possible, right? So we will see one by one. Okay, so question, doubts you can ask. And yes, so Suleka asking regarding standard template. So I will create some standard template, and once I have create, so I will pass to the Pragya, and then Pragya will post on our uh, classwork material, right? So you can
Okay.
download from there.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So any doubts?
No sir.
Okay. So good night.
Good night sir.
See you on next session. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Next session tomorrow, sir.
Not tomorrow. I think is on Saturday.
Okay, good, because we need some time to practice.
Yes, 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 yes. You have 3 days.
Okay, sir.
Yes, and Avinash, just do the practice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Good night. Good night.